G'day peeps, Ben Futrell here from on3legs.com, and I've got something a little different for you today. I'm going to give you a further sort of in-depth look at the Fuji X-T1, all the way here from beautiful Castaway Island. I've been staying here for the last week in Fiji, and I've given this camera a good run through its paces here in Fiji, and I'm going to share my further update with you, so stay tuned. Alright, so if you haven't seen my first impressions video on this camera, then take a look at it. You'll get a good clear idea of my thoughts on it after just 600 or so shots. I've now taken a couple of thousand shots with this camera, and I'm still thoroughly impressed, and I'm going to tell you why. There is, however, one feature that I've worked out I absolutely hate. It just works terribly, and I'm also going to let you know about that. So make sure you watch it right through, and of course hit the subscribe button, like and comment, and do all of those things as well. If you like the video, if you like the content, make sure you give it the thumbs up, eh? Alright, so the Fuji X-T1. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video on this, the Fuji X-T1 is a mirrorless camera, and Fuji have been making mirrorless cameras now for a short time. They started with the Fuji X-E1, they come out with the X Pro one, then they come out with the X-E1, X-E2, and now the X-T1. You know, they've got the XM1, and they've got all this, the whole X series of cameras, and they're really making their mark, I think, on the mirrorless camera world, and this camera is certainly going to help them do just that. So let me kick off by sort of giving you a bit more of a heads up, and I'm going to show you some photos as well throughout this video that I've taken with this camera during the week. It has performed flawlessly. The focus is fast, the colours are beautiful, the camera itself does just about everything that I want it to do, and I'm pretty happy with it. One of the things that I did discover this week that may help you if you are going away. I packed my camera bag, head to the airport, jump in a plane, come to Fiji, go to do some slow shutter photography, you know, put the setting on bulb, get my remote out of the bag that plugged into the Fuji X-E1, went to plug it into this, and they're using a different USB port on the X-T1. It's one of my bugbears with camera companies. Why are they doing that to us? I don't know. So my RR80 remote does not work with the X-T1. Good news is, they have a Wi-Fi function with an app on the iPhone where you can operate it remotely, and I've got to tell you, it's phenomenal. The way it works is really, really good. So I was pretty happy with that. So if you're wondering how that works, the app connects through the Wi-Fi. You can transfer, you can live preview, you can hit record, you can change settings like aperture and shutter speed and white balance and all sorts of bits and pieces through the app, along with, like I said, with a live view of how it's actually going to affect the picture, just as if you were looking at the screen or the EVF. So you can set your camera up, you don't have to touch it, you can use the app. One of the frustrations I found with the app was when I put this onto a bulb setting, I was hoping that I'd be able to do any length of shutter speed that I wanted, but on bulb setting the app only lets me go up to 30 seconds, so that was a bit of a letdown. And hopefully, once again, it's an app and it's all software driven, I suppose, so it's easy for them to update stuff like that. But in that particular instance, yeah, a little bit annoying, got to say. The other thing that I learnt this week was the panoramic function sucks. If you want to take panos, I suggest you try something a little bit differently to the pano function. Take several shots and stitch them together in software later, because it just, first of all, it took me 5 or 6 goes for it to actually let me do it. It just kept coming up with a message saying that I had to hold the camera steadier for it to do the panoramic photo. And then when I did hold it steadier and it finished the shot and it stitched it all together, and maybe it's because the horizon out here is fairly flat and there's not a lot of features, I don't know, but I've never seen a camera put a set of stairs in the ocean before, but the Fuji X-T1 managed to do it, so I would steer clear of that. Besides that, the camera itself is just, it excites me. I just need to get a few more lenses for it. I've only got a few, and they're all prime lenses, but everything was quick to get to, quick to change, quick to learn. The EVF, I just can't tell you how good that is. They've really, really got that right. Even with the flash, I did a bit of slow sync flash photography with the family around the dinner table one night, and even that was just impressive with that little tiny flash. It did a great job. The camera itself is just so easy to use with all the buttons across the top. I've been through this before in my previous video. I still haven't used it for video. I don't, I'm sure it'll be okay for video. One of the biggest setbacks of any camera that's not designed for video is the audio quality. So here I'm using the GoPro, but I don't know if you can see that there. I've got a little external mic plugged into Zoom H2N, and that gives me a much better audio quality than if I was relying on the mic input of the GoPro or any camera for that fact. So, you know, if you're looking to record video, the best thing to do is make sure you get yourself an external mic. Don't rely on the preamps inside the cameras. They're just not meant for recording video. It's not what the designers of these things are putting them in there to help sell units. They're not doing it so you can become a cinema photographer. So really that's about it from me. I've got nothing else to add except it's just brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. I think I did say in the first video that when you take a RAW photo, you can't transfer it to the app, but somehow it converted into a JPEG and sucked it across to the app. And you know, if you look at my Facebook page, I posted a picture of a sunset that I took in this very location, just about. I'm at the big rock that's in that photo, and I transferred it immediately across to my iPhone, did a couple of quick edits in Snapseed and uploaded it. And you know, that's the sort of stuff that excites me with this Wi-Fi capability. But if you're seriously looking for a mirrorless camera, the Fuji X-T1, I can't fault it really, besides those couple of little things I've told you about. I'm really excited about what other things they're going to bring out. Fuji are doing some great things. Thanks for watching. Once again, make sure you hit the like, the subscribe button, leave any comments you may have, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.